welcome back to my channel. Okay, so this is another like me recreating an Instagram look which you voted for. Also in my previous video where I recreated like an Instagram look, I did ask you if you wanted me to make this like a weekly series, and a lot of you said yes, which makes me so excited because this is also like my way of like doing different looks that I don't usually do. So I'm super excited. So this week we voted on 2 looks on Instagram and you guys chose this one. You can see you guys chose this one, and I must say honestly I have never done colors like this before. Never. I hope I can do it justice. So if you want to see me recreate this one, please keep watching. Okay, so before we begin, I just want to point out that I'm using 2 palettes today. I'm using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill one and also the Juvias Palace Masquerade Mini palette, because there's a lot of colors in this look that is like in both these palettes. So I'll sort of like just point and go, and you know the routine. So I'm just going to jump off camera, do my eyebrows, and then we will start. Okay guys, I'm so sorry, but I actually forgot to turn on the camera when I started doing this. I only just realized it. Basically, I've put on like a dark, not a dark blue, like a blue shade in the crease. Now I'm going in with the black from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm using the black to sort of just darken and deepen the blue shade that we've put on. I want something a bit geared towards like a deeper, darker blue, so that's exactly what I'm doing here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm taking a very small like pencil brush, taking the blue shade that we put down, and I'm sort of just diffusing the lines on the outside, because I'm actually looking for like a gradient to go from like a really dark blue to like a turquoisey shade. Now I'm taking the turquoise shade from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. It's such a pretty color though. I've not used this color ever. I'm actually just placing it on the outer circle first, just placing the color down, taking this sea-ish color from the Juvias Place palette, and I'm just going to buff everything together. So I'm just buffing everything together. I'm applying a bit more of the black to deepen up the crease because I want it to look really dark. And then I'm going to take like sort of like a clean brush and blend everything together. So I'm just buffing out the edges and just making sure that there are no harsh lines. Here I'm just speeding it up to show you that I actually did the same thing. I went in a couple of times into the shades and blended everything until I was happy with it. Now taking the LA Girl corrector in yellow, I'm going to cut the crease, and I really take my time with this, you guys. I do not rush this because a clean line makes the look very nice. I'm just speeding it up here to show you that this is how actually I do my cut crease usually. So once that is done, I'm taking some eye primer. This is from the brand Elf, but you can get any eye primer from Guardian, from Watsons, and I think from Shopee also you can get. I'm actually using like a brush and applying the eye primer over. Why I'm doing this with the brush is because I want it as concise as possible to the cut crease line that we place. Now I'm taking this very light shimmery shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, placing it in the inner corner, going in back with that green, and now I'm building the color, because in the photo the color actually blends from like a light color then to like a greenish bluish and then to a really dark blue. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm building that greenish bluish turquoise shade in the middle. I'm building it up. I really take my time with this, and then I'm going to go in with the blue, so the blue from the Jaclyn Hill palette, placing that down and just meshing all the colors together. So I'm actually just placing it down first, and then after this I will sort of blend everything together. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm sort of just diffusing the lines, blending all the shadows together. I'm taking a bit more of the turquoise shade and blending the lines between the turquoise shade and the blue shade, because I don't want any like harsh colors. Now I'm going into the Juvia's Place palette, taking this blue, such a pretty blue. I'm just putting it right on top to give it a bit more pop of a blue, like a lighter blue color. If you can see, now it looks more bluish. And now I'm taking a bit of eye primer, putting it on just the ends, because now I'm going to go in with these two, like a dark purple and blue shade, and I'm going to just stamp it in the outer corner, because the outer corner I need it to look like really dark. So that's what I'm doing, stamping the color in, taking my time with it. And after this, I also take a bit of black, same like what we did earlier. I took a bit of black and I'm sort of blending the colors together, because I just wanted it to look a bit more deeper. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So blending. Now I'm taking a very precise pencil brush, and because I didn't feel that the cut crease, the border looked like dark enough, I like the borders to look slightly darker because it will look more defined actually. So I'm taking the brush and going as slow as possible, as concise and precise as possible with some black, just to deepen up the cut crease border that we have going on. So if the border is sort of like really dark, then everything would stand out nicely. Now just blending everything into place. This whole look is about blending. Okay, so let me quickly show you how I actually started on the previous eye. So I laid down some primer in the crease, and then I go in straight with the Jaclyn hair palette, the blue shade, and I sort of just stamp all the color on. I will not be showing the full part of this eye because we will be here for 45 minutes. So that's what I'm doing. So this is actually how I started, and the look is done in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the eyes are done. Now I'm just peeling off. Oh, isn't that so satisfying? I actually used a cosmetic tape. You can see how I'm excited. I actually love how it turned out. I was constantly looking at myself because I've not done this much of blending in such a long time. Now I'm just taking a wet wipe and sort of just cleaning up under the eyes, whatever fallout and all that stuff. I like that the lines are sharp at the side and very concise. So I really like it, cleaning the rest of the face to prepare for like foundation and stuff. Just going in with a bit of liner. I'm not overdoing it. I'm sort of just framing the eyes. So doing a very thin line. This is the Intuit matte liner in very black. This is a very matte liner, one of my top favorites. Taking the Revlon mascara, the green one, and I'm sort of just applying some mascara, and then I'm taking my lashes, and I've applied some glue already. I'm just blowing it out. If I keep looking to the side, it's because I was actually watching Grey's Anatomy this day. I'm actually, like I said previously, I'm re-watching everything, so that's fun. So I'm applying my lashes. Always wait for the glue to dry, you guys. If not, the lashes will not apply properly. Okay, now jumping into the face, I'm taking the April Skin Perfect Magic Matte Starter. I think this is a primer to mattify the face. I've already hydrated, moisturized before this, so that's what I'm doing. Now I'm taking the Catrice Poreless primer and applying them on my pores. So she's supposed to tap it in, but I was rubbing it in. Please tap it in. I did tap it. Now taking my gloves, like I feel like a surgeon. Taking the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation in Warm Sun. I am blending. I love this color. Look at that. It is like a very soft yellowish goldenish foundation which suits Indian skin tones, deeper skin tones so prettily. Now taking the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in Caramel. This is another favorite of mine. It is so easily blendable, and it's really high coverage, but it's also so easily blendable and hydrating, which I love. So I am sort of highlighting and concealing my under eyes. I've drawn a slightly bigger triangle underneath, upside down triangle underneath my eyes, and buffing everything out. If you can see, I actually take my time when I'm actually doing this. So I'm doing the other eye, the exact same thing. Always remember, try to apply the same amount of concealer on both eyes. If not, it will not look balanced. If you get me, if you apply like more on one eye and less on one eye, it will look unbalanced, unbalanced when you actually blend it out. So I'm highlighting the middle parts of my face, the chin, my nose bridge, and my forehead. So you've seen me do this 1,000 times. This is I sort of adjusted my dress. Taking some Laura Mercier setting powder. I think this is the yellow one I used. I'm sort of not baking, I'm just taking a bit and setting everything together. I love using a sponge when I'm setting my face because I can like sort of press the powder into the skin, into the pores to give it a more of a flawless base. Taking whatever that's left and setting all the areas that we've highlighted with the concealer. Now, taking the triangle sponge that I always use, you can get the sponges at like Two Ringgit shop, My One shop. I'm sort of just highlighting the bridge of my nose. Oh, sorry, I mean baking the bridge of my nose with some powder. Now going into the Rimmel Sculpting palette. This is in 003 or 300. I could be wrong. Please check the description box below. I'm sort of bronzing the face. I love this bronzer. It's such a pretty color. Now taking this Cezanne Cosmetics blush in 06, in 16, and I'm applying my blush on my apples of my cheeks. This is such a pretty color. It's like a very berry mauvish kind of a color. Again, beautiful for like Indian skin tones or deeper skin tones. Now jumping back into the eyes, I want to finish it. I'm using my Rimmel Scandalous Eye Kajal, waterproof kajal, and I'm sort of underlining my waterline, and then I'm going to take that same pencil brush and I'm just going to diffuse the kajal that we put on. I'm not doing too much. I'm just diffusing it, and then after this I actually just take a bit of blue and just touch it up. I don't always do too much on my lower lash line because, you know, if you sweat and anything, it gets messy. Now taking the Physicians Formula Butter Highlight. This is in Champagne, I think. This is such a beautiful highlight. Slightly more on the pricier side, but tell me if you guys are, let me tell you, if you guys are into highlighters, this is definitely one you should get. It is so pretty, and can I say it smells amazing. Smells amazing. So I'm just dusting off the powder that we placed on the nose. I'm quickly going to contour the nose with some bronzer that we placed earlier, just very slightly, just to define the nose a bit. Now taking the highlighter, and I'm just going to highlight the bridge of the nose and the top point of the nose. Yes, so I love highlighters, guys, if you already cannot tell. I'm actually just opening up the eyes a bit, so I'm going to highlight my inner corners as well, so that when I take pictures and all, like, it looks bright and open whenever you highlight like the inner part of your eyes. Now I'm going into the lips, so I'm taking my normal NYX pencil in Cold Brew. I want to say something quick. After this, I sort of put on like a very berry-ish Maybelline color. This one, I didn't like it, so I changed it. Anyways, we're done. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I'm not kidding, okay? I'm not joking around, but this was by far the hardest look I've ever done, like ever, since I started YouTube, since I started Instagram. Hardest. It took me around 20 minutes to blend one eye. Oh my god, the amount of blending. And I don't think it's 100% like the picture. I'm nowhere near like an expert. This is my best try, but I did enjoy it thoroughly. I did enjoy it. I like going beyond like my boundaries and stuff, so I really enjoyed doing this. Also, I know on my Instagram I did ask y'all to give me suggestions on lip colors, because I know a bunch of you want to see like different lip colors. I did try. If you noticed, when I ended the clip, it was sort of like pinkish and mauvish, but I honestly hated that lip color. I know some of you may have liked it, but I hated it. So I just took my Maybelline Nude Embrace and sort of just topped it off to make it a bit more nuder. I always think if you're doing a very heavy eye look, that your lips should be slightly more simple, at least for me. So I'll definitely do more lip options in the next videos, definitely. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do follow me on my Instagram if you're not following me, because every week we will vote like what looks you guys want to see me recreate. So thank you so much for watching until here. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.